Well, hey everybody. Kind of exciting to see all the Kent Hovind fans watching some of my videos when I make anything about Kent Hovind or my response to or something, or my response to their videos about Kent. And, I'm always trying to, I'm a connector type of person. I like to make connections. I like to look for common ground. I like to find, that's just kind of like the networking guy in me, or I feel like so much could be made when you make a connection with another individual or group of people, and it's just kind of like a thing I always try to do, or I guess you're only as good as your network, right? So it's really hard. I went on some of these anti-Kent Hovind or Kent Hovind hater or atheist channels. I even appeared, they let me stay on a live call, a live stream. And when like, you try to find common ground with people when you make a connection, right? And so I was thinking, they're saying all this stuff isn't true in the Bible, and like the worldwide flood of Noah never happened. But it did happen. But if it didn't, if nothing was true, there's got to be something in the Bible that could be beneficial, that could be good, constructive, even if you're an atheist, right? Even if you don't believe in God. Like this stuff, right? Be, do, have. I mean, I seen a video. I'll try to post a link in the description where be, do, have does come from biblical teaching. And I was thinking, what could anti-Kent Hovind people, Kent Hovind haters, atheists, people that believe that we came from a fish or that an amoeba or that evolution, like to its full extent, what could be good in the Bible for them? What could they use in the Bible that could be useful to them? Like, seriously. And so then this parable came to mind, and it's Matthew 25:14 through 30. So it's the parable of the talents. So let's read it. Hey, заходи. Я снимаю видео, так что имею в виду. So let's read it. 25:14 through 30, Matthew. For it be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted them with his property. Ooh. To one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, to another 1, each according to his ability. Then he went away. He who would receive 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. Also, he that who had 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he that received the 1 talent went and dug it in the ground and hid his master's money. Now after a long time the master of those servants came to settle accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 more talents, saying, Master, you have delivered to me 5 talents. Here I have made 5 more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful for over a little. I will send you much more. Enter into the joy of your master. Pretty cool. And he also, who hath the 2 talents, came forward, saying, Master, you have delivered me 2 talents. Here I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little. I will send you much more. Enter in the joy of your master." He also had received the 1 talent, came forward, saying, "Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here you have what is yours." But master answered him, "You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gathered where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was owed with interest. So take the talent from him and give him who he has 10 talents. For everyone who has much more will be given, and he that had abundance but from who has not, even if he has, taken away. And cast thy worthless servant into the outer darkness, in a place where there be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Yikes, yikes. So, being in the automotive industry, being a car guy, maybe you're a car guy, let me know if you're an evolution-believing atheist car guy. I'm looking for those guys. Haven't met many, If you think exotic cars, I know Kent doesn't like exotic cars too much, and I kind of see the point where he's coming from. We don't see eye to eye on that. I think God wants us to go fast and learn science and learn how to make our car go faster and learn how to keep our car instead of throwing it away and buying a new one like marketing tells us to. We're bombarded with marketing ads constantly to tell us your stuff is junk, throw it away and buy new. But a real man can fix the old stuff, keep the old stuff alive, and ride around in it. So with that, I have disagreement with Kent, but yeah, but according to this passage, if you do the wise things, you get more stuff. And some of the car companies have done some pretty smart things. Recently I looked at how the hybrid transmission works on these Econo boxes. And if you understand what a planetary gear set is, and that one gear spins forward and the other one you can spin backwards, and it helps all the planetary gear sets move forward better. So as it turns out, you can have a variable transmission, infinitely variable, continuously variable transmission without a belt that breaks or a steel chain like they do on the Nissans. So how do they do it? They have the gas engine churning, I believe, the sun gear or one of the main gears in the planetary gear set, and then the other part of the planetary gear set, the electric motor spins it backwards, helping the assembly move forward. And then when you spin it forwards, boom, it charges the car. I mean, that's just genius hybrid technology. So Nissan hasn't done that. Honda and Toyota, yeah. Honda could have did a bit better marketing with their flagship hybrid model, the Insight, but instead they were like, we're not sure about that. We're gonna make a Civic hybrid, and that's kind of an undervalued car, where Toyota was like, our flagship hybrid is the Prius, and we're going to leave the Corolla alone. There is no Corolla hybrid, is there? So they did a better job with the marketing there, Toyota did, than Honda. But great cars, and they would have been good and faithful servants of the talents they were given. Nissan, Mitsubishi, not so much. Ford, not so much with the hybrid cars, right? They don't even make cars anymore. They gave the whole market share of the hybrid econo boxes away to the Japs, the Japanese, the Jap crap, right? We used to call them Jap crap. Well, you know, the Jap crap, the Japanese, they have some ethics. They are the good and faithful servants that get the marketplace's money. So you think about these, the parable of the talents. How does this apply to me? What God has given me, what I have? Okay, let's say you're atheist, you don't believe in God. How does it apply to you with what you have and what you could do for yourself, the world, the marketplace, your family? You know, who are you? Who are you being? What do you do? And what are the results you're going to have? You know, so tell me in the comments, does this passage not affect you if you're an atheist? Does it not help you if you don't believe in God? Of course it does. It you know, how could this be not wisdom? It definitely is. It definitely is. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong in the comments how Matthew 25:14-30 does not apply to everybody, even if you're atheist and you don't like Kent and you don't like his real tour, which I survived. I mean, it's kind of chinky. Look, Kent's like falling out of the Jeep. I was falling out of the Jeep, man. Kent's a little crazy with his off-road Jeep stuff, so I don't recommend you guys trying this if, I mean, literally, Kent didn't even care if I was hanging on. He was just like, you want the grandma tour or the real tour? Real tour. Takes off. So, kind of a cool little thing he gives you if you survive that. Dinosaur Adventureland, where God gets the glory for his creation. I survived the real tour. So, yeah, that's... I hope we can build some common ground on that. The parable of the talents. We could learn a lot about Toyota and maybe a little bit about Honda with their wide motorcycle style main bearings. That's why you could rev those up and sound so annoying at those high RPMs, because they got those motorcycle style high revving main caps, wide main caps that you could rev in a car and not mess up the motor. You know, a Ford, you can't really do that with, you can't really rev it at 8,200 RPMs, you know. Your typical Ford 3.0 Ford Taurus engine, right? But a Honda, you can. So, I mean, let's not talk about, I mean, we can mention Jaguar. I mean, they took this racing heritage, right? And the internet is still popping up videos saying how stupid their new rebranding, remarketing is. So, we're going to see if that's a good and faithful servant that is doing smart marketing move, or it really is something foolish that the marketplace will punish and say, no, we're not going to buy your stuff. You know, go to the lake of fire where you deserve to be, Jaguar. So, being in the automotive industry, car guy, this is stuff you could easily understand just by looking at cars, and you're like, I don't think people are going to buy that. You know, I don't want to buy it. I don't want my wife near it. I don't want to be having these conversations with the wife. No, you broke it. No, you bought me this junk. No, you know, why'd you leave me on the road stranded? No, boom, just buy her a reliable Lexus, boom, and you don't have to think about it, and you know she's safe. You know what I mean? So, again, the Japanese win there too. or Mercedes, I don't know, Volvo, the safest car, something. So a lot you could learn. A lot you could learn from the Bible, even if you're atheist and a car guy. Tell me, where do you guys get your wisdom from? Wise teachings and stuff, if it's not from Proverbs or something, if you guys keep saying the Bible's like incorrect or something. I'd like to know. But until then, I think Kent is right on a few points, even though I'm not sure I want to get in a Jeep with this guy again. I'm not sure I want to do that. I think he's right on a couple of points. I think he's right on, the worldwide flood of Noah right here. Boom. And making everything over here from the pre-flood world look like it's super old. Floods make the earth look old. Floods make cars look old. Flooded cars. So interesting how people lived longer back then. And you guys are still commenting, saying, no, people didn't live that long. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Haven't you seen some of those video clips of forbidden knowledge and information? I mean, doesn't that stuff pop up on your feed? And it shows that we are being dumbed down now, and a lot of chemicals and stuff. And now they're, I'm just having a hard time choosing what to eat because I'm like, oh, how poisoned is this? So much products instead of food. They make a product. They're trying to make a product out of an apple. It's like, hey, it is a product, but it's, you know what I mean? So you gotta like Kent for that. The fact that he brings up this point. I'm not sure the way he brings it up is the correct way, but you should look into it. Worldwide flood of Noah. That would screw a lot of things up. And I respect teachers and smart things and technology and fast cars, and I like to touch them. That's why I haul them in this truck. And it's cool. It's cool. And you could learn a lot from them. And some of these millionaire clients, I mean, the guy learned a lot. He was a good servant with his stuff, with what he was given by his master. So, again, be do have, my friends.